Hi, it's Filo. Let's talk about the books I read in October while I update my reading journal. And what better month to read a gothic mystery? I loved Rebecca and especially My Cousin Rachel by Daphne du Maurier, so I had to read Jamaica Inn. First of all, let's appreciate this gorgeous edition by Virago Modern Classics. If you like your books to be set in the current time of year, this one is perfect for fall and it's set in November, so you can still read it this year. Here we follow Mary Ellen, who after the death of her mother has to go and live in Jamaica Inn with her aunt. Only once there she finds out that her aunt's husband is an alcoholic and violent, and the inn has no guests and seems to be a front for a criminal activity. Despite herself, she also becomes attracted to her uncle's brother, who she deeply distrusts. Daphne du Maurier's writing again is exquisite without being pretentious at all. She excels in setting up an eerie atmosphere in a desolate landscape with treacherous moors, tors, mist and wind, an equally desolate inn with its worrying silence. Another specialty of Daphne du Maurier's is to create characters influenced by their surroundings, and here Mary Ellen fears to become an accomplice to her uncle's crimes. But she's an admirable heroine. She doesn't shy away from danger to try and save her aunt and honor her promises. I love that she's true to herself, righteous and independent. And then for the gothic romance part of the book, in a true du Maurier's fashion, she's attracted to a mysterious man she distrusts, and who can either be her downfall or her salvation. Daphne du Maurier is so good at giving us hints and then leading us astray as no one else. She also knows how to write about the darkest subject with a lot of sensibility for her characters, and because she never gives gory details, it's also perfect for young readers. Plus, usually her stories have a deeply feminist message. Her stories usually end in a way that all the mysteries are revealed, but it's never really a tied-up ending for the characters, but she does that in a way that I love. And she was a very prolific author, with a lot of fiction, short stories, as well as non-fiction, especially about the Bronte family. And now let me take a moment to thank the washi tape shop for sending me such stunning washi tapes. I've used different pet tape designs in my reading journal this month, and I was amazed at how effortlessly it elevated my spreads. I think it's my first time using pet tapes, and I'm impressed at the quality of the designs, the quality of the tape, the gold foil. The loops are super long, so you have a big variety of designs in the same theme. And also because it's transparent, it's way easier to see beforehand where you want to place your stickers. So anyway, I'll leave all my affiliate links in the description below as usual, and you can use my discount code BUJOBYPHILO10 for a discount on their whole website. I always like to create very specific reading journal spreads that remind me of the story and the atmosphere. So here I have a few collages with some elements of the story. The whole spread is dark and gloomy, and every sticker is here for a reason. So in case you didn't know, I was so obsessed with gothic mysteries that I created a whole theme around it in my bullet journal for November. So you can watch this video if you want more. Here I'm crumpling a piece of paper to keep a few quotes, because Daphne du Maurier's writing is very easy to read, but sometimes there are just those beautiful sentences I had to read over and over again. And here I'm using my brand new stencils to write the title. They come in a pack with a lot of different fonts, and this one was just perfect for Jamaica Inn. Oh, talking about the title, I just remembered that Jamaica Inn is inspired in a true place called Jamaica Inn, and it's also based on true historical events you probably ignore. At least I ignored everything about it, and when I watched the reviews, apparently a lot of people didn't know anything about it either. Here I'm adding a beautiful gothic window I got from Easy Craft Art. And then a few transparent stamps from Stationery Pal. And finally wooden stamps from Notebook Therapy. As always, everything is linked below with my affiliate links and discount codes. And lastly, I'm adding the final touches with stickers from Letoon. And now I just need to choose the next book I will read by Daphne du Maurier, and I'm tempted to read Frenchman's Creek just because they have it in the same edition and I'm such a fan. Then I read the Posthumous Memoirs of Brás Cubas by Machado de Assis, which I think is the first book I read from a Brazilian author. As the title says, it's about Brás Cubas, who writes his memoirs after his death. Through some events of his life and some anecdotes, we observe the society of his time and we travel through the depths of the human soul. It was published in 1880 and is actually the first Brazilian realist novel, so it was written in a very modern style for his time. In fact, it's blatant from the first sentence. I quote, "To the worm who first gnawed on the cold flesh of my corpse, I dedicate with fond remembrance these posthumous memoirs." So here, Brás Cubas recounts his mistakes, his failed ambitions, and his strange philosophy of life with hilarious sincerity and a lot of humor and irony. For this spread, I used 2 different washi tapes from the washi tape shop, one with flowers and pumpkins and birds, and the other one with mushrooms and dry leaves. Since they are transparent PET tapes, I could cut through the washi tape as I pleased so that it fit my composition. Again, the loops are super long with a lot of different designs, so in fact, as you'll see later, you don't need anything else to create a beautiful spread. So here I'm making my way around the page and I'm used, to put a bit of stickers or some pictures here and there, especially in the corners, so that I have space left to write my thoughts about the book. But here I realized I could do a whole composition, so now I'm going for a freeze to frame the whole page. Again, it's so much easier to see what design can fit in a specific spot and so much easier to cut through it because it's transparent. Here I innocently thought that I could fit all the quotes I loved in just this little tiny piece of paper, but I couldn't. For the title, I went with stamps and then another stencil from the same pack. Finally, I cut out a butterfly from the washi tape and then I stamped a plume with a wooden stamp by Notebook Therapy. In the end, as I said, the note paper wasn't enough to keep all the quotes I liked from the book, and I actually needed a whole other spread, but I mostly just wrote on it, so I'll just show you in the end in the flip through. And now it's time for the final flip through. I really hope you understood the need to read Daphne du Maurier, and I also had a blast reading Bras Cubas. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave me a comment with this emoji. Tell me what's the best book you've read this month, and if you don't know what else to write, just write "I understood the assignment." I'll see you soon in my next video, and until then, enjoy reading!